Hey there and welcome to Storytime. So in this week's episode we are going to talk about weird sexual partners I had. And this might get 2 parts, I'm not quite sure right now, we'll have to see how far I can go in 5 minutes with this episode. So yeah, let's start off with the first one. I'll call her Miss Bored. And not bored in the sense of I am so bored, no, bored in the sense of a cupboard, for example. Oh my god, I can't even start to explain how horrible this girl was in bed. And it was just like, she was the kind of girl that was really dirty with her words. She could whisper dirty things in my ear and, she could say she wanted to try this or that. But in the end, every time we lay in bed, she just lay there like a board, like a piece of wood. She just lay there and I could do my best and there was no reaction at all. And at first, this was everything we had. She was just lying back there. I was doing my thing, basically. And once she was finished, she just said, okay, get off of me. And that was it. So, of course, I told her after a little while, after a couple of weeks, that I wanted to improve that. I wanted to have better sex, basically. I told her that the sex was fine, you can't hurt your feelings, but I told her the sex was fine, but I wanted to improve it. So she started to think about, ways to improve the sex. So her first way was that, she wanted to be on top, and I thought, okay, that could be cool. So yeah, she was on top, she moved a little bit, I don't know, it was like having sex with I don't know, I can't even say what it was like. It was just like I was laying there and she was moving up and down a little bit at a very, very slow pace. And, she was rubbing her thing down there. And after a little while, she had an orgasm. I suppose she had an orgasm. I don't know. She just said she was done. And yeah, she went down again. So after a little while, I told her that is still a little bit too bad, if you ask me. So yeah, she said, okay, she wanted to improve it, she wanted to make it better, and she will think of something. So one evening, we were sitting together, we were eating just a little bit of bread and, I don't know, bread and cheese, basically. So yeah, we were sitting there and eating that, and she took a huge bite out of a little, I think you call them buns, those little bread thingies. She took a bite out of them, she chewed a little bit on them, and then she looked at me, and I was looking at her like, okay, what now? And then she shoved her tongue into my mouth, and of course, all the contents of her mouth. She shoved them into my mouth, and I was totally stunned at that moment. She shoved them in, and I tried to basically pull away a little bit, but she held my head on the bag and shoved all that stuff in, and the only thing I could do was swallow it. It was just like, what the frick just happened? So I swallowed it, and I was, I pulled away from her, and I looked totally confused and stunned, and I looked at her, what the frick did you just do? It's not super gross, it's a little bit weird, and if you think about it, you might think it's a little bit disgusting, but it's not, super gross. But of course, I was just stunned. I was like, why did you do that? And she said, you wanted to improve our sex life, so this is what I'm doing. And I was just, even if I'm thinking about it now, I was just thinking, how the hell does that improve our sex life? No, it doesn't. Shoving food into my mouth that you chewed on before that doesn't improve my sex life. It doesn't. But yeah, so she continued that. I told her that I don't really like it, but she continued it. So whenever we ate together, she shoved her half-chewed food into my mouth. And of course, she could, extend that into the sex. She wouldn't eat while we had sex because I didn't want that. I don't want someone to eat while I have sex. No, I don't want that. So yeah, when we had sex, we had to think of something different she could shove into my mouth while we had sex. So you know what she did? She spit into my mouth. And it was just, for the first time, she was sitting on top of me again. I was looking up at her, fondling her titties, her boobies. And, she bent down and she kissed me and everything was fine. And she got up with her head and she had my mouth opened, with her finger. And I thought, okay, sexy maybe. I have no idea. But she did that. And then she just, pulled all the saliva into her mouth and spit it into my mouth at once. And I have no freaking idea how that's supposed to be sexy. No, I don't. I have no idea why spitting into someone's mouth should be sexy. No. So yeah, I will end this episode here. So yeah, this was just one sexual partner into 5 minutes. So if you want more, please let me know in the comment section below, and there will be more episodes of this. I don't know, maybe I can pull off 3, 4, 5 episodes of this. I have no idea. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please let me know with a comment and a rating, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. That was my first weird sexual partner that I wanted to talk about. And that was it for this video, for this week's episode of Storytime. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said before, I'm iLostLink, signing out.